Hi guys, in this video I'll be explaining why the 2020 M1 MacBook Pro is worth buying in current year. So let's get started. 4 months have gone by since I made the gamble of switching from my 16-inch Intel MacBook Pro to the 13-inch MacBook Pro with M1 chip. I have to say that it's a fantastic notebook. What blew me away at the very beginning was its battery life. Having owned MacBooks for 10 years, the battery life has really surprised me. I could be surfing the web for an hour and I would only lose 5% battery when unplugged. Another aspect of this MacBook which blew me away was its thermal management. Even the simple act of opening up a default Mac app on my prior MacBook would result in the fans spinning really fast and the computer heating up. This is not an issue with this MacBook. It is super quiet, and when the fans do spin, you can't hear it at all. As for performance, which is probably the best feature of M1, rendering 4K video in Final Cut Pro is so quick and painless. I've noticed a slight performance drop when I upgraded to macOS Monterey, which is normal. This year's MacBook Pro is much thicker than this one. A lot of people have complained about the lack of ports, but for me, using just 2 USB-C ports is fine. I love how thin and light this MacBook is. I haven't travelled much due to the pandemic, but if I were to use it on a train, I think it would sit perfectly on the tray. I think returning the legacy ports on the newer MacBook Pro was a step back because you not only have a much heavier notebook, but many of us who have transitioned to USB-C use them as opposed to USB 3, HDMI and so on. If it were up to me, I'd still keep my 13-inch MacBook Pro. The downside to this MacBook is that the screen will eventually stop working due to the display cable being far too short. This has been documented as FlexGate. Luckily, in 2018, when I purchased my 2017 13-inch MacBook Pro, this was never an issue because I owned it for only a couple of years before deciding to sell it. I hope to keep this MacBook for at least 5 years because I doubt Apple will bring back the touch bar, a feature that I just love. I don't like the new keyboard on the current MacBook Pro because it looks tacky and there's no discernible difference between it and the MacBook Air. I have no idea why Apple decided to scrap it. But for me, there are far more positives of using the touch bar than there are negatives. The 2020 MacBook Pro with M1, in my opinion, is the perfect MacBook in recent years. I know M1 is a first gen product, but for the things I do often, photo editing, video editing, web design, emailing and surfing the internet, as well as using the touch bar, it is and has been the best MacBook for me. What do you think? Do you own this MacBook and what do you think of it? Would you upgrade to the M1 Max Pro? Let me know your thoughts down below and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video.